Let us start this video with an introspection or a self-check. First, are you the one who squirrel away their reserves into savings account? Second, keep money idle in bank because cannot decide where to invest? And third, wish to achieve long-term goals such as child's education, retirement fund, buying property, etc. through accumulating money in savings account. If you find yourself anywhere in these questions, then this video will definitely open your eyes to do something for money in bank account. By the way, you will not find yourself minority. There are a lot of people who think like this. A survey says 3 out of 4 people still keep money idle in savings bank account. 71% people keeps money in bank account. 66% people invest some money in insurance or ULIP. 58% in bank FD. 47% people invest in PPF, NPS, etc. Around 35% people has invested in equity, debenture or mutual funds. 31% invested in gold or silver. Surprisingly, even today around 21% people has invested in chit funds. So, welcome on my channel Punji. Subscribe the channel if you have not done till now. Today, through this video, we will understand 4 things so that you will be able to make a better investment strategy. First, bank account gives negative returns. Second, risk in keeping money in bank account. Third, goal-based investment. And fourth, solutions for emergency fund requirements. There we will understand how to use liquid funds. So let's start. If you want to understand the real return of any investment, then the tax and inflation figure should be deducted from the return earned by that investment. After that, the percentage left will be called real return. To understand this, we have to understand inflation. What is inflation? Inflation refers to a general increase in the prices of goods and services in the economy over time that corresponds with a decrease in the value of money. Simply put, inflation is the increasing cost of everything around you with a gradual decline in the value of your money. To understand this further, consider the cost of any staple in your home that you have been buying over the past few years and think about how that cost has increased over the years. The cost of milk increased from 15 rupees per litre in the year 2002 to 50 rupees per litre, the price of milk today. Here's why it's vital to consider staples like these as examples. Inflation is calculated by considering the cost increase of such staples that can be counted as common purchases for larger masses. This means inflation rates can vary for your household. So now we Google it and see what is the inflation rate in India. View the average of the last 10 years, that is from 2012 to 2022. So, inflation achieves a growth of 6 to 7% almost a year. And we should also keep in mind that this average is for all commodities and services. If we look at the inflation chart commodity wise or service wise, we can see that petrol, diesel, etc. Everyone's inflation rate is different. So now, to understand the real return, let us assume inflation impacting as is 6%. Now, we need savings bank account interest rate. Check it on Google. In today's time, most of the banks in India make interest payment of 2.75% to 3.5%. IndusInd Bank 3.50%, Indian Bank 2.75%, PNB Bank 2.70%, and Kotak Mahindra Bank 3.50%. So now let us see what is the negative return on interest rate of 3.5%. For ease of understanding, if we ignore taxation, real rate of return is minus 2.5%. That is, if you keep rupee 1 lakh, that is, if you keep rupee 1 lakh in a savings bank account for 10 years with reducing purchasing power of rupees, the value of rupees 1 lakh will be around 77,000. So, you are thinking that you are saving money to secure the future, but it is slowly decreasing. And now, if we replace savings account by current account, loss will be by 6%, that is equivalent to inflation rate. I hope this will act as wake-up call for people keeping money in saving account and current account. Not only this, there is also some risk in keeping money in these accounts. SIM swap. By SIM swap, we simply means changing mobile SIM cards. If this is done without your knowledge, then it is probably done for some fraudulent activity. Under SIM swap fraud, fraudsters get a new SIM card issued against your registered mobile number via the mobile service provider. With the help of this new SIM, they can get one-time password, OTP and other alerts required to carry out financial transactions through your bank account. Second, ATM card skimming. ATM skimming is a type of payment card fraud. It is a way of stealing pins and other information of credit cards and debit cards by rigging machines with hidden recording devices. Bank ATMs and payment terminals at gas pumps and other merchants are the targets of this scam. Thieves then use the stolen information to produce fake cards and spend victims' money or take cash straight from their bank accounts. Skimming can be done at ATMs, restaurants, shops, or other places. Third, phishing. Phishing is a form of fraud in which an attacker masquerades as a reputable entity or person in email or other forms of communication. Attackers will commonly use phishing emails to distribute malicious links or attachments that can perform a variety of functions. Some will extract login credentials or account information from victims. Deceptive phishing is popular with cyber criminals as it is far easier to trick someone into clicking a malicious link in a seemingly legitimate phishing email than it is to break through a computer defenses. Other risks are Vishing, scam through QR code scan, frauds using online sales platform, fraud due to use of unknown unverified mobile apps, fraud using screen sharing app remote access, frauds by compromising credentials on results through search engines, impersonation of social media. There are a lot of methods to commit frauds. If you wish to understand any one in detail, kindly mention in comments. We'll reply with details. The more money remains in your account, the more you will be at risk. All banking companies, RBI and government authorities try to save the common citizen from all these frauds. You can reduce this risk by keeping a minimum amount in your account. Many of these frauds are committed from overseas locations, so it's almost impossible to catch them. If you think you can catch the thief, then check out his confidence level.
नहीं मिलूंगा मैं। कैसे ढूंढोगे? कपड़ा लत्ता शक्ल सूरत सब 125 करोड़ जैसी है मेरी, नहीं ढूंढ पाऊंगा।
To understand the risk from yourself, see these slides. This is impulsive spender. Money tempts you more as you have more of it. You are most likely to buy things recklessly and spend your earnings on useless things. Easy access to your savings account adds fuel to the fire as you head straight to online shopping and order items from your home. After understanding risks of keeping money in bank account, let's understand goal-based investment. Each one of has one or more goal to accomplish in life, like house, marriage, education for children, family, career, buying and art, travel, car, retirement. Complete processes. First, decide financial goal. Second, make investment plan. Then invest money and create wealth. To create a plan for investments, one need to be very clear with respect to time available to achieve that goal. So, if time available to achieve any goal is less than 1 year, then it is a short-term goal. It covers immediate goals such as buying a new car or planning for a foreign trip. Midterm goals are goals with time frame of 1 to 5 years. It can be buying a house in a period of 5 years or accumulating capital to start a new business. Long-term goals are with time frame for more than 5 years. Normally people don't bother about events bound to happen after so long. Over that period of time, this creates a problem. Some examples of long-term goals can be higher education of kids, retirement planning, extension of residential accommodation with the growth in the family, etc. The first step in this is to identify the goal for which you are willing to invest. You have to see how much time you have in hand to get it. Once this is fixed, calculate the value of this target as of today's date and to this the exact rate of inflation. This will give you an idea of the value of the target in future. Now, if you are investing for long-term goals, best instrument to invest are diversified equity funds, ELSS, sectorial funds, large cap equity funds, small cap equity funds, and mid cap equity funds. If you are investing for a mid-term goal, that is investment horizon is from 1 to 5 years. Best instruments would be balanced funds, debt funds, or FMPs. For short-term goals, that is horizon up to 1 year, one cannot take the risk of volatility in equity markets. Hence, debt funds are the only option one can invest in liquid funds, ultra short duration funds, low duration funds, etc. Now a question arises, why to select equity based mutual funds for any long term goals? Basically, this is because of two reasons. Any debt instrument, be it FD or other famous traditional investment options, do not beat the inflation very comprehensively. Further, even if we see the records of last 10 years in 5 years, the trend suggests these funds has generated phenomenal growth rate. Mutual fund category, equity large cap, which predominantly invest in large cap companies or you can say blue chip companies, has generated year on year growth at the rate of 11.5 and 13.5% in the time horizon of 5 years and 10 years respectively. While the equity mid cap category for more volatility but investments for a longer duration can generate unbelievable growth. Just see, in last 5 years horizon and 10-year horizon, mid-cap funds has generated per year growth of 12% and 18% respectively. Yes, unbelievably. They have created an annual growth of 18% and this is average. In 1 year could have generated 50% return, and in subsequent year it would have been in a negative territory. Hence, we need to consider mid-cap only for the long-term investments. To understand the goal-based investment and what wealth can be created through systematic investments, let us take some examples. Now, in all these examples, we will take expected rate of return equity at 11%. In the first scenario, here are two individuals planning for the kids' higher education. Both estimate they have a horizon of 15 years. First, one thing he needs 10 lakh. So, if the mutual fund grows at the rate of 11%, then this can be achieved by an SIP of just 2200 rupees. Second one plans for an education outside India. So he thinks for a figure of around 2 crores. This target can also be achieved by monthly investment of around 44,000 rupees. Let us take the second scenario, wherein two individuals plan for the retirement. Both of them will get retired at the age of 58. First one's current age is 38, so effective working life remaining is of 20 years. And he thinks or she thinks 50 lakh is the money which he requires for the life post retirement. This can be achieved by an SIP of rupees 5700. Second individual has just started his career. He is at the age 23. So he will work around for 35 years and he estimates he will need 6 crore for their life post retirement. This can be achieved by a monthly investment of just rupees 12,000. He will get the benefit of power of compounding because his investment tenure or horizon is very long. Now in the third scenario, again two individuals planning to buy an house. Both of them has a time horizon of 8 years, so it is a long-term goal. But the difference between them is one is trying to accumulate wealth by which he can outright buy that house, and another one just wish to accumulate money for down payment. Rest he will pay through EMI. So one need 2 crores and second one needs 40 lakhs. 40 lakhs can be achieved by a monthly investment of Rs 26,000 and for 2 crore. I need to invest 1,31,000 on a monthly basis. Here is one more scenario. We are covering short-term goal. Two individuals wish to buy a new car. One need to buy 15 lakh car. Two individuals wish to buy a new car. One need to buy 15 lakh rupees car in just 2 years. So rather than keeping the money in savings bank account, he should invest in debt fund through a monthly plan of rupees 58,000. Another individual wants to buy a car in 3 years and with an estimated price of 8 lakh. This can be achieved by a monthly investment of approximately 20,000. In these examples, we have considered credit risk fund for short duration, that is, period of up to 3 years for investment. Alternatively, one can also invest in balance advantage fund if the horizon is of 3 years. Traditionally, we all Indians have invested in government plans, which are Kisan Vikas Patra, PPF, term deposits, etc. But as you see in the graph, most of them blocks money for a longer horizon and does not generate return over 80%. The equity mutual funds provides flexibility with respect to following. Investments amount one can start SIP with as small as just Rs 500. Money blockage. When we talk about the investment of 10 years or 15 years or 35 years, it is a plan to multiply money to have a huge growth. There is no restriction from the fund house to block money. If you wish, you can redeem within a few months also or in fact in few days also. Hence, we suggest mutual funds over the traditional investment options. And basically, the idea is one that one should invest at least some portion of his money for long term goals. And if they are not clear with respect to any goals, still they should go for the long term investment, which will enable their money to grow huge. Now, let us talk about the concept of emergency funds. The term emergency fund refers to money stashed away that people can use in times of financial distress. The purpose of an emergency fund is to improve financial security by creating a safety net that can be used to meet unanticipated expenses such as illness or major home repairs, etc. Apart from these requirements, few people can also have some fund kept for one day requirement or any urgent requirement such as for opportunity. People may keep some money for adequate opportunity to buy some shares. Let's take an example that okay, I will buy Reliance shares whenever reaches to the level of 2200 rupees. So this can be achieved in a period of 1 month or a year, but I just want to keep money for that level. If I am a businessman, I may keep some buffer money for any opportunities in the business. So now, till date, most of the people keep this money either in savings bank account, or if you are in a business, you will keep that money in your current account. Well, again, the same concept, why to get a negative real rate of return from keeping money in such accounts? Solution to this problem is debt funds. There is lot of varieties in case of debt funds. We suggest two are liquid funds, low duration funds. If anybody wish to understand what are debt funds, what are varieties availability, video for the same is available in this channel. List is provided in I button on top right corner. One can withdraw money from both of these categories within a day. Rather, I should say a working day. Liquid funds provides an additional feature of instant withdrawal. In a nutshell, if I speak, rather than keeping money in savings account or current account, one should invest or park their funds in this category of funds, as these funds allows redemption within a period of one day or even instant for some cases. And best part is they generate return equal to FD or even sometimes more than FD. As I said, this is for emergency fund or opportunity fund. For long-term investment, always go for the equity mutual funds and enjoy the power of compounding. If you invest just rupees 2000 per month for a period of 35 years, and if money grows by 12%, this can create a wealth of 1.29 crores. Means you just invested 8 lakh and you generated wealth in crores. Here the patience and time horizon is important. I hope we have addressed all three questions which we placed in front of you. At the start of this video, if anything remains you may write back customer comment, we will reply. Thanks for watching the video. Do press like button and subscribe with bell icon. You may share link of this video with friends and family. Thank you.